And that's the power we will talk about today, the power of emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? There has been so many books that have been written about emotional intelligence. If you actually search emotional intelligence, EQ, instead of IQ. EQ, there's so many books written about it. So many summaries written about it. And people give different interpretations of it as well. But the bottom line, really the summary of emotional intelligence is, 1, a person controls his own emotions. He's aware of his own emotions. And then he tries to use empathy, meaning put himself into somebody else's shoes, to try to also achieve one's goals. Okay? Not necessarily for his own personal gains, in the sense that he's acting out of selfishness, but rather it is for the betterment of the company, the community, the society, and so on and so forth. Researchers, interestingly, found that when it comes to leadership, most of the successful leaders are individuals not with the highest IQ, means they're smart, not just being smart, clever people, smart. Not only that, smartness is good, it will get you somewhere, but it's also about people who have high emotional intelligence. It means nice people. Really, if I really want to put it in some really simplistic terms, nice people. Of course, not just nice and doesn't know what he's talking about. No, he knows something. He has some understanding. He has some knowledge. But he also exhibits a characteristics of kindness, empathy, looking after people, helping people. Researchers have found that the most successful leaders are such leaders, people with emotional intelligence, people who are able to deal with situations. Again, it's a matter of habit. We talked about the power of habit. We need to train ourselves to control ourselves. We can do that. It's doable. Not easy, but it's doable. If there is a will, there is a way. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, and He gave us the ability to change from within, if we choose to do so. And therefore, if we can develop such skills where we put ourselves in the shoes of others, demonstrate kindness, control ourselves, don't really respond immediately with, whatever. Somebody shouts at you, yells at you, tells you something, and you jump back. Control yourself. Just learn to control yourself. And then you'll see what will happen, how life will become so good for you. Imagine your life. You would live in heaven, really, in a heaven. Because a person who is treating people like this, he deep inside feels happy. He feels happy. Whereas a person who is always oppressing people, talking about people, creating problems, there are some people who are troublemakers, unfortunately. These people, deep inside, they're not happy. They're not happy. Even if you give them the whole world, they're still not happy. Once you develop this habit of kindness and regulation, then you try to pass it on to others, show it to others, show empathy. Empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoes. And that's what the hadith says, love for others what you love for yourself. That's really empathy is. How do you want people to treat you? Then you treat them the same way. Do you want them to respect you? You respect them. You want them not to say your ghiba, backbiting behind your back? Then don't say backbiting behind their back. When you are in a position of leadership, if your employees come asking you for help, first of all, show them that they're appreciated. They will appreciate you when you show them they're appreciated.